for it. So this today, like there's no fancy presentation on the screen. We're just going to kind of like talk through it. I gave you all a handout. We can kind of go through it. And then I brought some stuff so that some of you can make a pop by because like, sometimes like you just don't even realize that like just doing it one time, how it all just comes together and how you can look at three different things and it can literally be three different gifts or you can incorporate it. So that's what I love to do. So yeah, so first thing about Popeyes that's super important is you want to set a budget, okay? Because this can get really, really expensive. The first year that I was in real estate, I was like, yes, I'm gung ho, I'm going to do all these Popeyes. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, so yeah, like taxes. And then I have to like actually buy all these things and they're expensive and they're not going to look like super glamorous. And that was okay. And I realized that because my clients just loved the fact that I was stopping at their house and dropping something off at their door. So, as time has gone on, I've elevated some things. I buy things in bulk. I can kind of teach you guys like where to cut some corners. And all these things on here like are multi-purpose. So like not only do I use them for Popeyes, but I also use them at my open houses. I use them for different, like I keep a lot of this stuff on hand in the car because I feel like anytime you give somebody something, they literally just want to give you something. And what I want from them is their phone number and their email. So I feel like it works both ways for us. So yeah, so make sure you set a budget. Honestly, like start small. Like I would not start more than $5 for like per Popeye at first, and then elevate as you get more clients and as you decide who in your sphere, who in your past clients, and who is the business that you want to get. Then you start like allocating, okay, so I want to like do 50 Popeyes this year. So maybe I need to like trim down the budget depending on where you're at. And again, it is write off, so it does help. Um, so yeah, so like I said, I buy in bulk. So I do Costco a lot. I find that food is a really helpful pop buy because it's cheap, right? Like I can get a huge box of popcorn. I can buy these little boxes on Amazon. I can get a whole thing of these for, I mean, gosh, like $5 for like 25 of them. And then I get these cute little cards on Market Dwellings, which I gave you guys the QR codes for. And so this has been really great. And like I said, I keep this in my car because I don't know about a lot of you guys, but do you feel like you show in the same neighborhoods? Like sometimes like you've sold a house or in the same area. And then like you're in the car and you're like, you know what? It would be really great if I could stop at Elizabeth's house, but I literally have nothing. So having stuff like this on hand, and then when I'm not using it for that, I'm like, cool, this is what I'm giving out at an open house. It literally works for me for several different like facets of the business. And then it is a way for me to text Elizabeth and I say, hey, I was literally showing in your neighborhood. I was thinking of you and I stopped by. I say Elizabeth because literally this woman called me yesterday. We closed in 2023. She moved here from Arizona. She bought a ranch style home, but on an acre. And it's just like she's getting older. She's had some health problems this year. And she's like, Lauren, I just can't keep up with the grass. I'm going to sell my house and I want to buy a townhouse. And I'm like, cool. But I stay top of mind on her because I'm out in Andrew all the time. It takes me 5 extra minutes and I already have it in my car. You put this together, it's like so easy. I keep like a folder, and I know that sounds crazy. I understand that. I get it. But like we probably have crazier things in our car than just having stuff like this. But like that's literally, and I'm like, I'm going to stop by her house and I do a couple touches throughout the year and it makes her feel amazing. And this whole thing costs like $2.50. Like when you actually break it down. So just an idea, just a thought. Okay. So ChatGPT is awesome. My friend sitting right over there said to me, literally, we're sitting over there working, and he's like, Lauren, I'm doing Popeyes, and I just put all my addresses in ChatGPT, and it gave me the best route to go. Literally, guys, like mind blowing. Like we use it, right? Or we should be using it. If we're not using it, we should be using it. But it's like we don't think to ask it just the most mundane, simple questions like that because I will spend an hour and a half plus going in the MLS or into showing time, putting all the addresses in, mapping it out. It's a pain in the butt. Like let the AI work for you. So utilize all your free resources. ChatGPT gives me a lot of these ideas. I take a lot of these ideas off other people's social media. I mean, why not? Like that's why they're sharing it, right? So why not use it and utilize it and let's not recreate the wheel. Um, and so also like Canva, I mean, I know a lot of you guys like are using Canva. I mean, get a simple template, get a gift card. Okay, like do the, I think it's like 3.5 by 2 inches. Go to Staples, buy yourself a pack of business card, this business card template blank,
Stop,
right? Yeah,
Stop.
it's $20 for 250 of them, and you can buy the Staples brand, which I think is like $14.99. Go on Canva, literally take any of these ideas that you see that are all cute and say, you know what, like until I get to the level that I want to buy in bulk at market dwellings and things like that, just make it and print it out at home. And it comes out just as good. Get the glossy front side. And then on the back, have your QR code that goes into your KV Core or whatever your CRM platform is, and you're done. And you've literally I forgot my ducks. I do those too, by the way. And I don't even own a Jeep, but I feel like I love a Jeep. So I feel like, it's a respectable thing. And I have my friends that own Jeeps hand out my ducks with my QR code on it. So that's just like a little side note. But yeah, so Canva, utilize it. It's amazing. Pinterest is really great too. I get so many ideas from Pinterest, and like Pinterest is like a dark black hole for me. Like, so I can just be on it forever. But I mean, there's a lot of really great ideas. And honestly, on Pinterest, there's so many free downloads. If you're like going on these boards like that people already have, that the template will just dump into your Canva. Okay, so set a schedule. That's really important. Like at the beginning of the year, this year, like I said, I'm going to do quarterly pop buys to all of my SOIs. So that's all of my past clients, which at this point, I mean, I'm 2 plus a little over 2 years in the business. So that's like a solid 52 transactions of clients that I will be popping by to quarterly. Then I also have like another list of local businesses, people at the PTA, moms at the PTA that have supported me, which we'll talk a little bit more about that because of a pop by that I've been doing consistently now at my daughter's school, which has cost me little to no money and now has like random moms on Garner Moms like that I don't even know saying, call Lauren Wagner. She's a great real estate agent. I don't know this person, but because I've consistently put myself out there at the school and done a lot of things for the teachers and for the PTA that don't cost a lot of money, it's going to benefit me, and it has benefited me business wise. So yeah, set your schedule. I like seasonal because I just think it's easy. I can buy. So this year, something that I did is I bought a lot last year at the end of the year when it's all on clearance. And I don't know, like y'all go to Target and you're shopping in like their dollar section and all that seasonal stuff goes on like clearance. It's like 70 cents a piece. Like it literally, like, so it just makes sense. So I mean, I'm that person. I'm like, sorry, that's me. I'm dumping it all into my shopping cart. Don't go do that because then you'll take it from me. No, I'm just kidding. But like that's what I do. So like if you're gonna do seasonal, it's easy because you can kind of say, all right, so we're coming into the end of spring, and the way that things are now, it's like literally Valentine's is already gone. I had a hard time yesterday finding stuff for Valentine's. But and we're already like on Halloween, it feels. But like just try to like prepare yourself, like get ahead like that and buy it when it goes on sale. Let's see. Yeah, so this year my pop buys like so I don't for quarterly I do like I'm gonna do a spring pop buy. So this is my spring pop buy. So last year a lot of things went on sale. So I went ahead, I stocked up and I just had to rebuy the boxes, but I've got everything else. So these I got at Target, they were $1. When they went on clearance, they were like 50 cents. Like, and it's lightweight, and I felt like it just added to the box. And literally somebody on social media had done something like this, and I was, oh, I can do that. That's like so cute. And just like took that and ran with it. Um, so in the box is like these little, I bought these like little, they're just like little planters or whatever. And then this is so cute. They're seed stickers. So you literally, like I put two in there and then I like printed out little directions, and then I bought at the dollar store, they had packs of 10 little plant stakes with an expo marker that they could just write on it what it is. So these are all herbs. So I know like, there's like basil and parsley and cilantro. And, listen, if they don't do it, guess what? It doesn't hurt my feelings because it's like literally this costs nothing, but it's the thought that counts. And some clients will do it and they'll send me a picture of it. which then I can utilize for social media or whatever, like just to show that client relationship. So I think it's like doing things that are actually usable in their home. I try to do something that's like they can use in their home, and then something that's very real estate focused, and then something that's like for them. So there's also like a keychain in here. I get those on market dwellings for a pack of 10, I believe it's $20, but it puts your name on it, your phone number, and then it has a cute little house, and it, you know, what home is where the heart is, home sweet home, whatever. People love that stuff now, especially in North Carolina. Like anything kitschy, I feel is always going to be like a huge win. So yeah, that's my spring. This was what I did for Christmas. Again, I left the QR codes on here because Carentology is where I buy all these boxes. You can buy them in bulk, like up to 50 boxes. I want to say they come out to about $1, a little more than $1 a piece. And the more you buy, the more you save. And I did like a Christmas candle in there, and I did trying to think, a bunch of Christmas chocolate, candy canes, and then I did ornaments for all my clients with their last name. And I did the same thing like I did here with I just put it on top, and my clients loved that this year. I'm pretty sure one set of my clients, like he's gonna be forced to propose now because I had to do two last names. Because and she's like, sent to our group text, she's like, I did notice that we don't have the same last name here. And I was like, God, Brian, like, so now in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, let's get him to propose when their new house is done this summer, and I'll film it and it will be great. So, but it just, it's, you know, it allows you to just, it allows the client and you to have the back and forth. Not all of my clients will text me about this stuff, but some of them do. And the ones that do, I know are the ones that I really need to invest in, because they're going to be the ones that are going to sing my praises. They're going to be the ones that are going to send me referral business. So I'm going to pour way more into them and do the random Popeyes like we talked about with the stuff in my car than I am just like the duty of, I'm your real estate agent and this is what I'm going to do because it's the right thing to do, because at the end of the day, you trusted me with this transaction. So I'm gonna, you know, pay it forward in that aspect. Okay, so if you don't have a budget for Popeyes, if you're just getting started and you're like, okay, Lauren, this is so overwhelming, what in the world? You can do smaller strategies. So like you could drop off cards at their door. Like literally, people just love the thought. It's the thought that counts. Like keep a pack of, go to the dollar store, buy a pack of 50 cards. You know, you're out in a neighborhood that you show in often and you know you've sold a house in there, drop a card off once a quarter at their door. Like they'll love it. Like it doesn't have to be expensive. Again, it's just it's thoughtful to the client, and it works. Um, okay, if you don't like to do this kind of stuff, don't do it. Because you will like resent it. I love this. Like this literally gives me all the joy in the world. Like I'm obsessed with it. Like I spend every single night, like literally from 9 to 10 is my hour for me that I work on Canva, I work on templates. Like I love this stuff. Like I could do it all day, every day. I could just have a whole business. Like I'm jealous of the girl that owns Market Dwellings. I think she's amazing. Like it's just, it's brilliant. Like I love it. And I think that things that just like look polished and cute make sense. But if you don't like this, don't do it. Yes.
So for those of us that love everything about this idea, that I'm not the creative, the quirky, that I'm good once I get to the house and I see the client. And then I'm like, I'm so glad I did this. But it's the getting the work done in advance and trying to come up with all this stuff. So is there a place like, do you share what you've created? Do you?
I can't. I mean, I've shared, I mean, I've got templates for days. Like Nicole doesn't know it yet, but she's going to help me figure all that out. How to, yeah.
Is there a place that you just like, hey, can I buy 20 of those off you?
Sure. I mean, I guess I just started my own business. So,
Better to real estate and start your own.
I mean, yes, that's definitely something. So yes, I mean, so I'm glad you said that, because I was having a conversation with our COO this morning, and if there was enough interest, I actually would like to take an afternoon to have it here. April's going to say yes, of course, and have everybody pay exactly what it would be, and we do a Popeye all together.
Workshop.
Right. So I did bring some stuff, but honestly, I only brought 10 items today because and obviously there's a lot more than 10 people. So we can go through it. But yes, I would love that to have a workshop for all of that because if once you do it a couple times, you're actually going to realize how easy it is. If you buy in bulk, you're also like having these items on hand, you're going to see actually how easy it is to grab and go. I don't ever go anywhere empty-handed anymore. And if I am, I feel like, oh my God, like I can't even go there. Like,
Well, what you do is when you're gonna run into somebody and you're like, I wish I had a gift.
but that's why I keep it in the car.
So you are speaking my love language. This is so me. But my problem is I'm super talkative. So when I go to somebody's house and I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna see you today, and I see.
No. I avoid that because some of my clients will invite me in and I'll never leave. Like I'll be Hansel and Gretel and that's it. We're gonna live in that gingerbread house. Like that is like
I can only say.
yeah, no. So what I do is I'm sneaky about it. I drop and then I text.
Okay.
Just left a cute little surprise at your door, or hey, I was thinking about you today. I was in the area. So literally I just left something at your door.
Okay.
I do because I can't get stuck in that.
Yeah.
Like I can't
That's
because
where I.
yeah.
Last Valentine's, Jonathan did mine for me, but I had him take a picture of it and then he texted it to me. And then when I had time, I text all my clients with that picture. Hey, we left something.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know it was him. It was
Right.
a ring camera. So I just said we.
Yeah.
And therefore it helped me because he doesn't know them. And because it's another touch.
But I'm struggling with this because I spend way too much time there then, and then I'm not.
Yeah.
So my kid will be driving in 3 months and this will be his.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and say, pick days that you can commit to having that time. If you're gonna do a
Yeah.
pop-up, I've got in my email still as a past client that I've been thinking about. And I always say, if somebody's on my heart, it means I need to reach out to them. And so I've got it in my mind to stop by, but I'm having to mentally prepare because I know when I stop, I'm gonna be there for an hour. But that's the reason it's on my mind is that I want to stop and be there and talk to her. She's a widowed older woman and that's okay. You just have to prepare that amount of time. I don't do it in between appointments. Like Lauren said,
So I've got clients that live in Jones Farm, right? And like they want to invite me in. They want to ask, like they're always like, come over and go swimming. And I'm like, that's weird. Like I'm probably not going to do that, but thank you. Nice offer. But like, I mean, so I love them and they've left me great reviews and they literally have like told their friends about me. So I do try to but I will just, when I'm running through and I'm doing open houses, I'll be like, all right, stop at Lisa and Mike's, drop off something and go. And then I'll text her. So yeah, I try not to get stuck in that because especially on a day that I'm doing 12 or 15, like 12 to 15, I don't have time. It's drop and go, drop and go. And I feel like your clients sometimes are going to feel like they should invite you in, but they shouldn't have to feel that way. Just like you shouldn't have to feel like you should go in. Like, I'm so busy today, but I just wanted you to know how much I appreciate you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Let's catch up soon.
well, and I love the text my picture idea because you automatically give them a picture to put on social media and say, look at what my realtor
Yeah.
dropped off. Look at what my realtor just
Right.
did.
Yeah.
I love that.
So one of the things she said was that, the ring camera's gonna go off.
Yeah.
And so they already know but there's a lot of people that have ring cameras, right?
Yeah.
And so they're gonna know that, but I love the idea of sending a text with a picture with it. So it just kind of follows up.
Yeah.
To your other point, if you got kids that are driving, hire them to do the delivery work, hire them heck to put them together to assemble all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let them to do that. I think
yeah. But type A in me is like, God, I'm having so much anxiety thinking about that. But
the other thing, real quick, is I love your idea about ChatGPT and how to map it.
mhm.
And so for a lot of us that have CRMs, we can actually download
Yeah, you can
all of our
take the
clients, our
spreadsheet.
prospects,
Yeah.
and just download that CSV file and toss it in the ChatGPT and say, map me,
Yeah.
and it'll do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. In your experience, because there's a firm, either you're on one side of this or not, is your pop by successful if you're not having a conversation with your client?
Yes.
Because I know there's some people that say that it's not worth doing a pop by unless you are having a face-to-face conversation. And
In my experience,
kind of
Mhm.
morphs into a text conversation.
Always.
Okay.
or it morphs into nothing. And I'll hear from a client 4 or 5 months later and they're like, it keeps me top of mind. So I don't focus, this is me though. I don't focus so much on what I get out of it right away. This is a long game. This is just like anything else. It's like sitting in an open house. Like some days you're going to knock it out of the park and everybody that walks in is a unicorn and wants a perfect house and has all the budget and the money in the world. And some days you're going to sit there and you're going to have nobody walk in. You're going to have a conversation with yourself and like, that's it. So this is a long game. I don't worry about what it's going to bring me or not bring me. I literally just worry about showering my clients. And I know that if it works even 75% of the time, this has just paid for
Yeah,
this investment for
absolutely.
me.
And then my other question is there a certain point where you just cross somebody off the list? And you drop, say you've done 4 quarters worth of pop buys, you haven't heard a thank you, you haven't heard anything back from them. Is that something that you would just continue to press forward with, or maybe, okay, because obviously, I'm looking at taking on something like this, but I have so many past deals
Well,
that I
right.
can't go and do.
You can do it just by the
Yeah,
year. Like
yeah.
me, I'm only 2 years in the business, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, still have a pretty small book of business. Like we're talking like a little over 50 transactions. And then I've got who's in my pipeline. And then I've also got a list of people that I'm like, I know that we're going to be working together. So, I mean, yeah, like this past year, like I will say, but uh, I still sent Christmas cards, even if I didn't do the pop by. Like, so I still, because your clients do become accustomed to getting this and they really do appreciate it. And in the weirdest time, they're going to pick up the phone or they're going to text you. That's at least been my experience thus far, that this has worked for me. And I feel like it's justified enough business that I feel like it's made sense.
Well, I was just gonna say, one of the other ways, if you ever get overwhelmed by your database, is to just think of them in the alphabet. And you can do that with anything, with follow-up, with pop buys, whatever. Break your whole database into A through E, I'm gonna touch first quarter, F through this. I'm gonna
Right.
touch
You don't
second
have
quarter.
to,
They
exactly.
don't know what round they're in.
Yeah, they just know they're getting something.
Exactly.
So yeah, exactly. You don't have this is how I do it, but you guys don't have to do that. Like a lot of you have been in this business a lot longer and you have a lot more clients. So it can be however you want it to be. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's your business, it's your money, do what you want, you know? Um, so yeah, so I again, like a lot of times, like my clients, it will actually like provoke them to send like a review if they haven't yet. Like, yes, Justin.
I'm with you, Keith, because I did a bunch of Popeyes and my coach was like, cool, how many people did you talk to? And I was like, none. And he said, okay, well, you're supposed to, that's the point. But this is the South. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna knock on the door, I'm gonna talk to him, and then next thing I know, we're inside drinking margarita.
Exactly.
So I can't stay, I can't hang out, I have to drive home. So I.
Well, this year, yeah.
Like my Popeyes, like some of them I do 25. And
Yes.
I'm gonna like talk to them when I drop them off. Some of them I do 50. I'm doing 50 for Valentine's Day. I'm not dropping them off. But the day that we're delivering them, the next day, I have 4 hours on my calendar to sit down and call everybody that I delivered it to. So I'm still having a
Right.
conversation.
It's the touch that I think matters.
Asking for business,
Yeah.
asking for them to post on social media, and just being like, oh, by the way, how's the boys?
I mean, honestly, I did, God, I did like 40 for Christmas and I heard from all but 2 of those clients. And so, and I make it a point and I track that in my own CRM. So it's like, when was my last touch? What was it? Did they, get back to me? And I heard from everybody except 2 clients. So I felt like, I mean, again, I don't worry about those 2. At least the text was there and it was, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Or the chocolate was so good or whatever. So again, I don't worry about the few small that don't. I think it's about the masses. And that may change as time goes on, but and again, I'm doing for like who I sold to in 2024 is those pop buys. And then I did the additional 10 that had really still supported me from 2023 into 2024. So had sent me referral business. I do one Popeye. I've never sold them a house, but they've sent me 3 people from their own family. So they're getting a Popeye and small little gifts for their kids. So, I mean, just because that kind of like to send me 3 of your family members, you're going to get it from me and continue because you're talking about me. You're sending your family. You trust me enough that you're going to send your family to me. So, yeah. So, and again, a lot of it is keeping versatile items that you can multi-use. Like I can tell you that almost everything that I put in here, which is like a pre-listing kit, also is like able to be utilized in all of here. And you would be surprised how many people like go berserk over a tape measure and a magic eraser. Like the excitement, it's like, I mean, that's my level of excitement. And I thought I was alone in that because I mean, I love a good tape measure. I mean, it's great, like, especially in this business. So a lot of people really like that. So I've seen, and again, it's multi-use. I can use all of this and I keep a set of like this stuff, just like I have one of those like trunk crates in the back of my car. And I have it like, and I have everything like organized and I just kind of keep it in there. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm meeting a buyer for the first time. I do a buyer kit, but sometimes, their kid wants something to play with and, you've got that on hand or whatever. And it uses across the board.
And I think just going back to what Justin Indy was saying, one thing we heard in the rebar camp, this guy was like, everything I do gives me the opportunity for more touches.
Yeah.
If you don't talk to him, you text him a picture. If you don't hear back from him, you say, hey, just wanted to check in and make sure you got the picture. I mean, to make sure you got your gift. And then when they text you back, then you say, how are the boys? And then when they text, so you want everything to be a conversation, whether you're in front of them
Yeah.
or not. I know for me, I'm so busy, like, please don't pop in my house some random
Yeah.
time. I'm probably not, I don't have time for that. But it doesn't mean that I don't think this is uber thoughtful and wouldn't
Yeah.
want to take a minute to post about it on my social media. Just say, I don't know about y'all's realtor, but mine's the best because she does
Yeah.
this and loves on us throughout the year. So every opportunity is an opportunity for a conversation, whether
What-
you're in person.
Or not.
What do
Yeah.
you do? What do you do for people who are out of town, like that you don't live close to or maybe close to an hour away? You're not just in their neighborhood.
So that's what Etsy is for. That's what I use Etsy for. So if it's like Christmas, like, and I know that like I'm not going to be able to do like seasonal pop buys with them, like I'll send like a custom ornament on Etsy for like, and it's usually like $10. Especially I had a lot of couples from 2023 that got married in 2024. So I just did that and like kind of took it off doing this because I was like, wouldn't they just love like that custom ornament for their first year married in their new house? And it cost me $10 on Etsy to do that. So and then I just from Etsy just have it shipped and write the little custom note that they give you the box for and call it a day. So another like really big impact that I've been able to have is like, and listen, if you don't want to do this, like one of the things I thought about too is like, so if this is not your jam, but you want to do something for your clients, like, and you're like, not on a big team that does client events, like host something at your Bix office, muffins and mimosas, like send it to your clients like a month in advance, like go to Lowe's and buy a couple things of Prosecco and orange juice and some muffins and have your clients come for that. Or do like a 4 o'clock if you have a lot of clients that live near an elementary school, like, do like a 4:30, like, pass through, like get like a cheese tray from Publix and, do like a little quick happy hour, like take it and run on your way to soccer. So if this isn't what you want to focus on, like you can still do pop buys essentially where they're coming to you and it's still impactful. Especially and it's better on your budget. Something I do every quarter is I stop at all the on sites that I work in that area. So I mean, honestly, like that has been very beneficial to me. Like I pop by, I do Girl Scout cookies. And I stop by with my business card and a little bit more info about me and some like, little swag that's like stuff that I've done in Canva and then some April Stevens stuff too. And I mean, that's worked for me. I've had 2 agents on sites call me very recently and say, hey, I have unrepresented buyers that want to build and I can't do both sides. And so how great is that? Like all because consistently it's like a box of Thin Mints goes a long way. And that's $5. Like, and you're helping a little kid and it goes to a good, cause and it's a tax write-off. So I will stop at the same on-site sales centers in the areas like where I predominantly work and only want to work and stop in and I will go in, I'll say hi, here's some cookies, they love it, and it works both ways.
You already talked about using these at Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having things that
Sorry,
are
just making sure.
multi-dimensional that you can use at open houses. Because again, like I said earlier, if you give somebody something, they're gonna like feel like they have to give you their phone number. Yeah, so seasonal events, different local businesses I stop and do that at. So a couple boutiques that I shop in frequently. I do pop buys, trying to support that. Staff loves like a box of, whatever from Panera. And hey, if it makes them give, I just spent $12 on that, but if it makes them give my business card out or, whatever, then I feel like it's benefited, everybody. 4th of July is a big one for me. So I had really good drop-ins to my KV core. So I actually made these bags and I popped by in a neighborhood that I'm currently farming. And I did sparklers, a pair of sunglasses, and some 4th of July like blow pops. And that was like that went really well for me. So I had a QR code on there and they could scan it with like a little bit of information about, me as the local agent, thought you could use this for fireworks. And that was a big success. And that cost me, I did 50 bags and that cost me about $150. Like that was, but I felt like it was justifiable and I had a lot left over to reuse for next year. So that like, so if I can stretch 2 years out of it, then it's kind of worth it, I feel. And then at my daughter's school, I've been really consistent. So I drop a lot of things off in the teacher break room. I could never be a teacher. So like I do genuinely appreciate teachers and I feel like teachers are going to be your best source of like referral business. And I do a monthly calendar, or I'm sorry, a yearly calendar for the refrigerator. So I took the Wake County School, put it up against Bryan Road's schedule, and then literally went and popped that into every single teacher's bin at the school and then set it up on the PTA table so that all the parents coming through could take one. And like I said, that has benefited me in the sense that, now I have random women that I don't even know, that are like saying when somebody goes on Garner Moms and says, does anyone know a realtor? I have people tagging me. So that right there, I felt like that was well worth doing that.
And just to clarify, these aren't people that have used you, it's just people that
Right.
have got.
Popeyes don't have
Free
to,
stuff,
right. They don't have, like, in my opinion, they don't have to just be your sphere. A Popeye to me means that I'm popping by literally and I'm dropping something off, to try to one, market myself, earn your business, but also do something nice. So that's, and then again, all this stuff benefits me because I utilize all of these things in my open houses.
I have a quick question. You use
what?
the Wake County schedule and what other schedule?
My daughter's, so the specific schedule for Bryan Road. When you
Oh,
go
okay.
on Wake County's website, like it will break it down. It will do like traditional schedule. And then I don't know, our school also does like, yeah. So, and that, and I feel like, that's something that I feel like teachers are going to look forward to, which helps me because they're going to be like, Riley, my daughter thinks I'm famous. In my head, I am, but she's like, Mom, your picture is on all the teachers' like file cabinet. Okay. And I'm like, I'm doing big things, guys. So,
Elementary school that you're on?
Yeah.
Mine's in high school and I really want to do this in Roseville High School. And he's like, do not show them my school name. But
I'm sure
what high school level.
hi, do you pay my mortgage? No. So mom's gonna do whatever she feels like she's gonna do to promote herself and make like, I understand this may be upsetting, but when you have a brand new car or in this beautiful home to stay in, I feel like you'll understand.
I want to do something with a booster.
I do the PTA. So that, I got, which, so fun. Some of these
Like HOA.
these parents, like, I'm like, y'all, calm down.
One of the things I love that you have, and I feel like you could brand for going down the same path is like the snack baskets. Can you imagine Bill, the snack
Yeah.
basket you dropped off at the
I do that
in
in the teacher, yeah.
And you refilled it like
Teacher lounge, they love it.
I got so much business off of COVID because I would sponsor the sunshine carts and the stuff that they were doing for the nurses in the middle of COVID. Like this person who was heading it up has shared my name 100 times.
Well, and that's the thing, because I got in good with the mom that is a head. She's the one that heads up the whole parent. It's not called the Sunshine Committee, it's called something else, but she has been my biggest fan. So, literally to the point that she, I guess, had bought these little buckets for the school. Okay, like for something that was carnival or something, and she had like 50 of them left over. She was like, Lauren, do you want them? I got them for free. Literally, this cost me nothing to do this. And I passed them out at the YMCA last summer at the pool because every mom is like over it. And I waited till we were like beginning of August because like I know like everybody's like, oh my God, when are like when? So, and they were like, thank you so much. And so it's like little, that cost me nothing. Cost me nothing. So it's like, yeah, again, whether it has the impact right away or like it has it down the road, if you have your KV core or whatever your CRM QR codes on there, they're dropping into your CRM. And that's what's important. And then you set them up on a drip campaign, and then you've just now captured random people instead of just like they're going to throw your business card away. We all know that. But it's like if they're going to scan the QR code because they are curious how much their home is worth, they are. They want to know. You've just dropped them into your CRM. So that's kind of where I feel like it's beneficial in that aspect. Okay. Yeah, talked about the QR code. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I gave you guys 2 QR codes for market dwellings and for Carentology where I buy all my stuff. And then I brought some Popeye stuff if you guys just want to see just what I buy and how easy it is to just throw it all together.
I
It's
mean,
like,
you may as well just like take a video of you doing it.
oh dear.
Well,
Well, my husband today told me, and I don't know, Justin said this is a good thing, but like he told me today that I looked like I was going to fly an airplane in 1945 with the brown bomber jacket on. I was like,
I think you're.
I was like, what? I was like, funny. That was funny, but there can't be 2 of us funny in this marriage. So like, keep your opinions to yourself. Thank you so much.
What's your phone bill?
What's my phone number? 843-862-4343. Oh, these bags at BJ's, guys, you can get 3 of them for $9.99. Keep them in your car if you don't want to buy a trunk crate. They are so amazing when you're like literally when like for all this crap I just put in here.
Do you have a stand store or anything like that people can go to see your ideas?
I do, and I can share that to the page. And a lot of these templates I share on there. So I'm trying this out, right? Because it's like I am, I'm good at this, and I feel like a lot of these templates are really easy to create if you just sit there and you play around in Canva for a minute. And if it helps you guys and benefits, like, hey, like this isn't.
I'm just saying I would literally pay to have somebody
Gatekeeping.
be this creative for me because I don't have that gene.
Well, great.
I'm
Let's
glad
talk
you
after
do.
this, April, and sit down and see
Okay.
what that looks like.
Well, my other question would be if perhaps some things were available in our upcoming realtor store that we're gonna have here, is this something like if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm on the way out, if I could grab one of these and just take the QR code to run and take it to somebody, would that be something you're interested in? We're working on what else to put in there. And I hadn't even thought about these things that are seasonal until that day, which are
The seller kits go a long way too. Like, if you can get the paint cans at Michael's when they're in stock, get them. I got them right after Labor Day. They were on clearance. They're normally $19.99 a piece. I got them for $7.99 a piece. And they came in a box. Like my husband thought I ordered like a piece of furniture until he moved the box. I think it's huge. But those go a really long way.
love everything.
And there's shoe covers in there, and I like little paint pens that you can buy in bulk. Oriental Trading Company is really good for bulk items too, for really like good prices. So that's another one that I'll buy in bulk on. But yeah, I mean, it helps. All right. So I went to the dollar store yesterday and I went to Target dollar section. Okay. Wendy Huff gave me this idea yesterday to do an interactive thing, which then got me thinking about doing a workshop, which I think I'm going to do. Because it seems like, so anyway, I went on ChatGPT and I was like, give me an idea for Valentine's Day. That's like cute, but not like too cheesy and not like I'm in love with my client, just like lighthearted. Because Valentine's Day can get a little, can get weird. So it said, do something based on home is where the heart is, with like a little packet of sugar cookies and like a heart cookie cutter. So I was like, perfect. And literally the Popeye gods were smiling on me because I went to Target and looked. You're so cute. So like, and these were at the dollar store for $1. Okay. And then these were a pack of 3. These cookie boxes were $1. So literally, I mean, this whole thing was $5 for one. And so this, and then I got like some candy to just throw in there because why not? So, and then I literally just go, I get this stuff, you buy it at the dollar store. It's like, it comes in all colors. And I like to put a little bit of the crinkle paper at the bottom. And then, made this on Canva last night at 10:30. I mean, and that's it. Like, it's that easy.
For those that can't see, and for those online, can you read what you're thankful?
Yes. It says, home is where the heart is. Thank you for letting me help you find yours. And then on the back, it has a little note that says, just a little something to brighten your day. Helping you find your home was such a joy, and I am so grateful for your trust. Wishing you a Valentine's season filled with love, laughter, and lots of cookies. And it has like little sugar cookies all over the back.
You notice it doesn't say, I'm always grateful for your referral.
That's so cringy.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. Yeah.
Right, where she comes across, and I think why this has been so successful is because it comes across very genuine, very authentic, very, this is just from me, you saying I'm grateful. And when I'm telling you, like, she has worked with a lot of my past clients who now feel like they got gypped from working with me. Because now they have more. And I'm like, I don't know, the gene, she has that gene, which is great.
But we all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? So it's like everybody is, like, listen, everybody's good at something really great in their business. So, I mean, this is just something I'm really good at, but I also love it. So it goes both ways. Like, if I didn't love it, it wouldn't come off this way.
And everybody, again, you don't have to do this for
No.
client,
No.
but we all have these special clients that we're like, these are people I'm better in. You know what I mean?
And I want to kind of ask, how do you do that? So I love on my people a lot, and I'm kind of evolving who gets what when. Is there a method to your madness, or
So
like,
closed deals,
everybody get?
no.
How do you
So
break it down?
So like closed deals are going to get a Popeye. So everybody that closes in 25 is going to get their seasonal.
So they get 4 pop-ups.
Yes.
Okay. From closed or just live views?
No. So from closed. So like I do it, I guess, like in a 365 like calendar year basis.
Okay.
So they're going to get the Popeyes, they get the house anniversary cards, they get 4 touches a quarter. And it kind of works out that way, especially because like you don't close everybody, at once. So you're spanning that out. And then my clients, like I said, the ones that like are not typical, like are not actual clients, but have sent me a lot of business, I'm going to always stop and do something for them.
They get quarterly as well.
They get quarterly as well.
Now, do you do like some get Valentine's, some get St. Patrick's, so you just do them all, or?
So for each quarter I pick the theme, and that's the theme. So I've got 3 months to give myself. I'm not doing it like for every holiday. Like, yeah, it's one pop by a quarter, and I like seasonal themes. So like spring, summer, fall, because everybody loves fall in North Carolina. These were a big hit. And I kept these at open houses, and they had pumpkin spice creamer in them and a little packet of coffee, which I'm out of that. So that's why but this went a long way, and it doubled for open houses too. People loved this. And, again, $10 for a pack of like 100. Like, I mean, and then just like, again, the little paper, but yeah. So, I mean, that's it. And then, like I said, I just used ChatGPT, and it gave me like a million things to do. So I like,
Farm neighborhood, you said your farm neighborhood.
Mhm.
How often do you do Popeyes for them?
Again, so I did, last year I just did the one for the farming. Like I do the door hangers, and I'm getting better at door knocking. I just, but yeah, I do. And I actually do pay a couple of kids in my neighborhood to go drop these. I'm like, you want to make $20 today? Cause
It's doing it right now.
Today.
yeah. So, but yeah, no, I do these quarterly, the door knockers, but like I did the 4th of July this year. I'll probably do it again, especially because it's a neighborhood close to where I live, and that neighborhood's like newer, and we're coming into that 5th year mark.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of when people start to get that itch. So, if it doesn't pay off after this year, will I do the 4th of July stuff again? Maybe not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tax write-off, and got to try these things and, see what works. But yeah, so with this stuff, like, here's what I liked. So I got a couple different options. So, oh my God, this is so cute. So, I mean, but like, let's say that you didn't have the budget, y'all could literally take these cookie cutters out of there, right? And just like hit your kids with the roller, like, it's fine. No, I'm just kidding. But like, you don't have to put the whole thing in if you need to like break this up to utilize it more. And then they all, or, you know, again, they had this pack of cookie cutters.
You give them one.
I mean, you just give them one, right? And you've just gotten three. So there's like ways to get around it. Like, it's just, you have to kind of look at it a couple different ways and look at the budget and say, how can I make this go like super far?
A whole punch and the closure go on.
And that's it. Like, and I keep all that on hand. I'm not like a well person. So, I mean, I've got a closet in my house that literally has, like, I had somebody come and put in built-ins just, and I have everything. It's in like cubbies and it's all labeled. Like, that's, I mean, that's, I probably should be like institutionalized for that. That's like not normal. But again, I enjoy that. That's relaxing for me. So, yes. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, again, everybody doesn't, you know, I found like, so this I started doing this year and I stole this, you guys like, and I talk about her a lot. And I hope like when I become Instagram famous one day, she'll pay it forward to me. But, selling the suburbs. Okay. If you're not following her, you have to be following her. Guys, like, the thing I love about her is she's like a huge mega agent that should be at EXP, but you know, we haven't like gotten to the point where we're going to sit down and talk yet. So, but like, she has built her entire business on this stuff. And she says, like, I've gone to a lot, like, she hosts a lot of free webinars and stuff. Her biggest thing is like, this was a long game. It didn't just happen overnight, but people became so attached to her branding and what she was doing that now it's like by default, they're just using her. And it's her and her mom. And this woman sells like, I don't even know, something ridiculous, like close to 200 homes, the two of them every year. And it's all because of this. Like, she is mindful in her pop buys and her marketing. And that's all it matters. It doesn't matter what you pay for it. It's, are you mindful about it? Are you consistent? If you're not consistent, it doesn't, then you've just really wasted your time. If you're not going to actually dedicate to do it and you're going to say, well, nobody got back to me, so I'm done. It doesn't work that way. It's a long game. And so like, when I have a new listing, I started passing these out to the neighbors around. And I just had somebody call me from my past listing that just closed like last week. That was like, I really liked this that you did. This box, okay, for 50 of them, got them on Carentology. There's a $1 candle in here and a little hand lotion. That probably is not great because it came in bulk, but you know, whatever, it's the thought that counts. And they were like, and I had a QR code on the back here. And it's like, oh my God, it's like dropped into my CRM. And then they picked up the phone to call me because they were like, wow, I didn't know that my home was worth that much. So have it go. If you don't have a CRM, do one on Canva, make a landing page that literally you publish and gives you the drop in for people to actually, you can retain their contact info. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. So,
So, a question. So when you say how could you close, you pass that to the neighborhood?
no, when I have a new listing. So the day that they put the sign in the yard, I started going to, so I do 3 houses here, 3 houses here, and the 3 houses across with those. So 9 in total. And then just like, hey, you know, because it's like, again, I feel like it's not super cringy because it's like, here's your chance to pick your new neighbor. You know, it's not like, hey, no, I'm sure you see my sign in the yard, but like, I just want to talk about myself some more. It's more like, you know, if you know somebody that you want to like live across from you, like, you know, have them get in touch with me.
They're gonna think, if she threw that for them, what is she gonna do for me?
Right.
If they do decide to sell.
Yeah.
And it's like what you say, that if you don't love it, it's not gonna be fun for you to do.
Mhm.
I have a friend that we were trying to do things together.
Yeah.
Last year, and we have an open house, and I went and it was so like, because I take this class before with you.
Yeah.
And I got those little bags that were like, they look like a house.
Yeah.
And then we ordered something, so he was like fighting to get things done because she wasn't enjoying it. She
Right.
feel like it was too much. And for me, it was enjoyable. So he ended up doing like this little plastic bag with like from they use it for their birthday parties. And it next to mine, it looks terrible.
Yeah. Which is good for you.
Mad because we
Yeah,
put things together and at the same time, I'm like, and, you know, it's
Right.
visual, people want to see it, it's cute, and you going the extra mile, but then.
Yeah.
So,
I just feel like, listen, we don't have the best reputation in, right now, just with everything that's going on. So I feel like I could go on TikTok and dance, but nobody would look or watch because it's not good, and social media, again, that's a long game. That's something you just got to keep at, and it's a lot of work. And, I feel like if I'm going to do a long game, I would rather, try to do this, which I feel is impactful. Yes.
And it's also like, you can pay, I don't know, Zillow, $2,000 a month to get 10 calls. And like, hopefully Mickey Mouse 420@gmail.com
Calls.
can pre-approve, or you can spend $2,000 a quarter, not even that much.
No,
A year.
a year, not even that much a year.
People that already know, like, and trust you.
Yes.
And deliver it to their work. Oh my God.
And I don't know about y'all, but like, I think working anytime somebody's like, I'm sending you a client, I'm like, oh, thank Jesus. Like, because yes, I'm still going to put on my best face, right? But I already know that if they trust this friend or family member, like it lets me breathe a little bit easier. And I would rather work with clients like that all day long than, like Justin saying, having to go and meet some random person and then, fight for that trust when they're like, I'm interviewing 17 other agents. So, and like, I don't know, that's me. So, I mean, this has benefited me. This has worked for me. I mean, literally had a phone call yesterday from a client that wants to list and buy because she's not happy where she's at.
Well, and going back to what Carmen said, you need to find a herd that goes with a me, and we can make, I mean, if I needed to pay an extra $2, have somebody else do them, that makes sense for me, because I'm good with the going by, keeping them in my car, popping in, how's your mom and them type of thing when I see them. But the actual sitting down to buy the stuff to make, that's not gonna happen. And so maybe it can be an accountability thing for you and whoever you're working with, whether it's a
Yeah.
friend or, I'm fortunate my mother-in-law is great at this stuff, so I give her these kind of projects. And yeah,
Mhm.
and that's okay. We're not all going to be the creative and the implementer.
And that's fine. You don't have to be like I said, if you guys just want to drop a card when you're in the area. But I feel like, loving on your clients.
And when she says card, sorry, because I heard it differently the first time you said it. It's just like a
Greeting card.
greeting.
Yeah, like a
It's
thank
not a
you
business
card
Don't
or
have your business card off of your passport.
no,
It's
like
greeting
a
card.
handwritten card.
Well, yeah, your city business card is on the outside. I was wondering if like even like the little cups and stuff, you always putting something that has a business card tied to it.
Yeah. And I'll also put my card in there, and I also have like a QR code that goes in there too.
I think a strong message that I'm hearing from you is that you're very consistent
Mhm.
because you're obsessed with it.
Which is why it's worked for
And
me.
that's why it's consistent.
Yeah.
That's what builds lifetime value with a client. What we
Exactly.
gotta be thinking about is, this is just not a one and done thing.
No.
This is like,
Guys, it's not going to work the first time.
No,
It's going to
it's
work
not-
after the
it's not-
20th time. But if you're not going to do it though, then don't do it, you know?
We've been doing our neighborhood for, what, 3 years
Mhm.
or so?
Mhm.
And, every now and then, I'll drive around and I'll see another sign up, from some other company, and I'm like, damn, it's not working or whatever, but we just keep doing it.
But we
Eventually,
pick it up
it's
and
gonna do
it's
it.
Thing you should have, so like Tom Ferry says, like you should have, there's a list of 100 things, right? 100 things that you can do to generate business.
Mhm.
You should pick three,
Yep.
and but it's consistent, guys. Like, and the thing is like, I do this consistently, but I also do other things to generate income a lot sooner than I know this long game is going to take me as far as staying top of mind with people that I know will shout me from the rooftop.
I think 73 or 75% of people will use their same agent, but only like 20% do because they don't remember who the
Yeah.
agent was. Like you can ask me, would you use your same agent? Yeah, who are they? Oh, I don't remember.
Especially those leads that you pick up on Zillow and they're like, they already know the house. They
It
just,
takes them 4 years to resell.
yeah,
You spent what, $50 on them?
Exactly.
Maybe 60?
yeah.
And then now you're gonna make how much? So.
Right. And that's the way
and they
I,
know you. So you already know.
it's the way I justify it though,
And
and
you're not paying Zillow.
right. So, I mean, that's why it's important to me. I'm happy to sit down with anybody. I'll do a workshop if you guys want, like everybody, Venmos me and I'll go buy all the stuff and we can put it
I'm all about
together.
workshop. I think you should do a workshop, even if it's once. a
Yeah,
month.
I mean, we can do it, like,
Round it up, pay
yeah.
for it, and we're good to go.
but I mean, yeah, so this is my crazy.
No,
So,
this is your special. We all have our own different levels of
That's right.
special.
That's right.
yeah, but that's it, so be consistent is important and, budget.
I think the two main things you said were caring and consistent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And don't get crazy, spend what you can spend. There's a lot of things out there that y'all can use. It doesn't have to be market dwellings. Like I made this on Canva. I printed it out at my house on sticker paper. This cost me whatever it was for the pack of those. I think that's a 4x6 sticker.
Okay, Lauren, so you
Yes.
just do your workshop once a quarter and I'll plan on making all my pop buys at your workshop.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds like.
There we go.
It was calendar.
Well, Lauren, I appreciate you giving us ideas for new agents and for this maybe.
To show all my stuff. Oh, but not with all this on here. Everything was, hold on, let's stage it appropriately.
Say that.
Make it look pretty.
Hey, look, guys. I meant to tell you yesterday, these boots you are wearing are just.
It's first time I've worn them. These aren't the ones out on yesterday.
Oh,
I should.
you had on
They're
one
cowboy
yesterday.
boots.
Okay, thank you.
Love these. I'm gonna start making these for the team.
That, we did buy our bags, so that's my next. Can I look at them?
This is what I was gonna bring on Monday. Before it got, so it was already put together, but I keep a couple of them here down.
Yeah.
But look, I'm trying to.
Yeah, yep, yep. Mine might not be as good, but you have to get, if mine is not as good, I'm looking at. Nicole,
Yeah.
yeah.
From North Carolina. I don't need a new one for that. But once you get, nobody starts to find out,
You share this bamboo.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Again, she doesn't know. But we're
So I remember Dr.
These are
the last year.
moving.
So.
For the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some of our business skills. Literally runs, President messaged me on Facebook. Rosie,
Do it right.
custom moving boxes.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a whole palette of them that I'm, they're still sitting in my room. That's my face on it. So you guys.
It's a box, and it is,
And I just
with the oil and the. Or put it in a.
Yeah, these are great.
I don't know what.
Yeah, Michael.
But it's $1.25.
Yes, okay.
So I grabbed.
Cause I guess.
I know.
Oh, and I'm like, I don't know. What is it? Yeah, so, but they, I like their first boxes. I just sent those off. I'm excited. I didn't tell them.
My thing is to find my schedule set. I mean, I'm great coming up with stuff, but I just need to get the schedule back. Of when and back.
This way.
So Laverne House is a little things and then she does. Yeah.
Yeah, they love me. But I don't. So things were, so if I were to do this for the box thing, I would not be all.
Not that.
I would highlight the shirt, and then I would do one of those little, I would do, oh my God, I got. Like, I would do the and then like, oh, it's so easy. Oh my God.
So yeah, you could, yes, you could, but hard copy is cheap. I ordered it from Amazon about every 2 months.
Oh, yeah? Gotcha. Yeah, and then.
And you don't have to buy the heavy costs, you know, like,
Yeah.
And then, still magical.
Really nothing.
I got into, one of the wholesaler.
Look, she's put a little sticker on it.
Yeah, I buy a American Staples. And you get the glossy front. You want the glossy
Yeah.
front, because then it looks all, and then I just make a template in Canva.